Hi, my name is Tom Stewart, and I'm CEO of Castle Keepers House Cleaning. I want to take several minutes here to share with you a little bit about me, how I got into the industry, how I've been spending the last 20 some odd years of my life, and how a software platform for house cleaning companies called Maid Central evolved and came to be what it is today. I guess I started off in terms of my first real job as an industrial engineer working in logistics for the JCPenney company. Spent a lot of time in distribution centers, figuring out better ways to put little boxes in big boxes and get them onto trucks and get them from one place to another. Automated distribution centers and automated the information flow that went along with everything associated with the transportation of packages across the country. Learned a lot from that experience. Somewhere around the mid-90s, my mother-in-law and father-in-law my father-in-law retired from the Marine Corps, and they moved to Charleston, South Carolina. My mother-in-law was a bit bored because there are no kids to take care of and not much to do, so she started a house cleaning business, called it Castle Keepers. Started to have some success pretty quickly. I saw it as an entrepreneurial opportunity, and plus moving to Charleston, South Carolina would be pretty cool. So my wife Janice and I decided to become partners with her mom Carol, and we did that for a short while, but around that same period of time, we had our first child, a daughter named Caroline, and my mother-in-law figured out that being a grandmother was a heck of a lot more fun than running a cleaning business. So she decided to go do that and left us with the cleaning business, and we've been doing it ever since. When we started in the cleaning business way back in the mid-90s, there really wasn't anything out there in terms of software off the shelf to run a house cleaning business, and because of my background and experience, I figured we just have to build something. So we started off with just like a simple access database, nothing really fancy. But as time goes on, we started to evolve it and invest more in it. And I still had contacts who did develop it, who did development work. So, I wasn't doing a lot of the hands-on in terms of any code or anything like that at that point, but it was actively involved in the design, and at the time I was really immersed in running the day-to-day business. I was answering the phones and involved some with doing estimates and hiring and firing and scheduling and everything that we were learning. And this was back in the late 90s, in the early 2000s. We were incorporating it with our software, and we moved the software over to Microsoft SQL. Our first front ends were actually built in Visual Basic 6, VB6. And we did about 5 major rebuilds over the years until we got up to 2014. All these major rebuilds, by the way, we would take a step back and make notes of all of the things that we didn't like with the last build and wanted to get right in the next build. So every time we went through that exercise, we were just making it better and better. And in 2014, we decided that we wanted to push it up into the cloud. We wanted to make a system that would allow us to run multiple branches from one location. We wanted to make a system that would allow us to enjoy the efficiencies and economies of scale and better customer outcomes, fewer mistakes. And, we learned a lot about, how to make mistakes, and built a lot of things in our software over the years to avoid it. We incorporated all of that into the cloud-based version of what we were doing. Along that 20-year period, before we even pushed software up in the cloud, we were doing a whole lot of other things in the industry. Janice is very much into the process side and documentation and making sure that, our T's are crossed and our I's are dotted, and got involved in the process called SIMS, Cleaning Industry Management Standard. And we were the first house cleaning company residential cleaning company, and I think the only actually in the country to, or the world for that matter, to become SIM certified. I think that was, I forget, either 2005 or 2007. It was a while ago. And that was something that has been a cornerstone to what we were doing. Along the same period of time, we started researching alternative ways to clean, and we actually developed a way to clean homes with nothing but tap water. Dry steam vapor, deionized water. There's some other tools along the way, active ion. Some of you guys might remember that. And it worked well, and it's still part of our repertoire. But in order to scale and grow in multiple locations, we came to the conclusion that strategically that needed to be an add-on rather than the core of our business. Along that period of time, we were also involved with a handful of other people in developing the house cleaning technician certification program with IICRC. Was actively involved in writing the exam. After we wrote the exam, there needed to be a manual, so Janice, myself, and a handful of other people wrote the manual for the HCT program. There was no school to teach it, so I was involved with standing up the first school called Institute for Service Excellence to do the HCT certification program. Things evolved, partnered up with Derek Christian and Liz Trotter, and we took some of the stuff that we were doing in the Institute of Service Excellence and turned it into the Foundations of Success program. A number of cleaning business owners have taken that program, and basically it's the how-to manual to handle the business side of running a house cleaning business. We don't get into a whole lot about what equipment to use and how to remove soil from a surface, but if you want to learn the business workflows of running a business, I would think that most people would agree this is about as good as it gets. So somewhere along that way, I guess about 6 years ago, Derek Christian and I came up with the crazy idea that there needed to be a trade journal for the residential cleaning industry, and we started Cleaning Business Today, and we still actively run that as well. I guess my point is, I've been immersed in the house cleaning business for over 20 years, and a lot of what I've learned over that period of time has gone into the thinking of how to use technology to gain a competitive advantage. Not only that, but how to use technology to better leverage our human capital, because in the house cleaning industry, more so than just about any other industry out there, your return on human capital is so low. The amount that you're able to bill a house cleaner for on an hourly basis is lower in house cleaning than what you're going to find in any other field service work anyway. So all of that thinking over that period of time has gone into one version versus another over the 20 some odd years into Maid Central. And we used it to run multiple branches. We currently are running, multiple locations from Portland, Oregon to here in Charleston and parts in between. Never really had a vision to use Maid Central as a way of licensing it to other companies. That really wasn't part of the vision. But I had other cleaning business owners asking me to use Maid Central, and back in the client server days, when we were running, MS SQL with the VB6 front end, the support of that was just way more than we wanted to do. But since we had it in the cloud, it made it doable. But it really forced us to be thinking about what our vision was, because we knew that we weren't developing software for every cleaning company. We wanted to build software that would allow companies to scale and to get big. And if companies shared our vision on how a house cleaning company should be run, then we have the platform that would allow them, the most logical platform to allow them to have maximum success in this industry. So that's where we are. That's how we got here. And a little over a year ago, I can't remember, Ed Wright, Nina Fenwick, and Matt Ricketts, all three kind of wore me down, and they were the first three external users on our software, and it became apparent that a lot of good things could happen from that. One, we were getting ideas from other cleaning businesses who shared our vision on how a house cleaning company should be run, and we were getting more feedback in terms of how to make the software better. Plus, we had more money to throw into development, because developing software was starting to get, when I went and started, it's been expensive. From the beginning. But in order to really do the more sophisticated things that we had on the board that we wanted to do, we needed more capital to do it. And this was a logical way to do it. So it's a win on a number of levels. And, I've got Maria Dorian has joined our team earlier this year to help with support. And, that's been a tremendous help. A lot of our staff here at Castle Keepers, Kyle Vandertulip and Rebecca Atwood know our software really well, and we got a pretty good team here, and we're having a lot of fun with this, and we're bringing more users on, and there's a ton of development that we have ahead of us. This is a journey, not a destination, but we're looking for like-minded business owners who want to help us with this project and be partners in this project. I mean, that's the way I'm looking at it. It isn't like that we're just licensing software to people, and it's not even really a profit center for us. We just want to be able to fund this to continue to grow, because we're growing Castle Keepers, and that's really what our interest is as well as we're a house cleaning company, but. For like-minded business owners who share our vision and want to be part of this, we would be excited to have the discussion, because we think that we have something special that can be useful to us. And it's bigger than Castle Keepers, really. It's we want to professionalize the industry. We feel that there's a lot of people who get out of bed in the morning and work really, really hard, all day long cleaning homes. And they deserve to get more out of that experience than what they are. And we believe through this platform and professional management that we can create better jobs, we can better leverage our human capital, and just create a better outcome for all stakeholders. So, I hope you find this video helpful, explaining a little bit more about, how we got here and where we're going. And if you want to know more about our software and how it works and how it can help your business, please let us know. We'd love to have that discussion. Thank you for your time.